So I'm in a thrift store in the mug section and I hear a guy really complaining about the price of these mugs. That's a spongeware pattern, by the way, and BBP stands for Beaumont Brothers Pottery. They have no value, and yes, the price is crazy at $7.99. But both of these guys for 20 minutes just sat there and complained about Goodwill, their pricing, and all of the above, when really all they had to do was just turn around if you want to find a sellable item. So just for the purpose of making this video, I picked up this coffee grinder, and what do you know? It's already sold for $26. The moral is you got to stay away from doom and gloom people at all costs. Yo, what is happening, everybody? Brendan here, Dead Planet. Another What's Sold on eBay video. Yes, stay away from doom and gloom. These people find problems for every solution, and really, if that's what you're going to complain about, like throughout your reselling experience, you're setting yourself up for failure. So stay away from the negativity. Stay away from people like that simply complain. All the guy had to do was turn around. Anyway, what's sold on eBay? This is for June 15th through the 21st. My sales were very, very slow, but I did next to nothing this week as far as listing or even really paying attention to eBay. So part of that's my fault, but the BOLOs that I have in the video are awesome, and you're going to see something crazy at the end that was also in my cart at the beginning if you were looking close enough. But we will get to that in a minute. 15 BOLOs. Let's get into it. So Angry Birds, Star Wars, Telepods. I mean, I'm $400 or $500 into this stuff now at this point, and this is me just selling off my excess. This one is the Inquisitor. They have QR codes on the bottom, and I flipped over like a ceramic pineapple little tray thing to prop them up so I could take pictures of it. But anyway, this is the second one that sold, $30.99. Buyer paid $3.99 in shipping, so they're $34.98 all in. What does this cost me? $0.25 at this point? And rather than put comps on the screen, I'm just going to take you through what has sold with the keyword Angry Birds, Star Wars, Telepods in the last 90 days. So 339 sold. This is an international listing, this first one here. But this stuff really sells well. So here's some individual ones. Shock Trooper sold for $19.50. Here's another one that I sold, Visago, for 20 bucks. 45 for this lot here. There's one that I want to show you, a completed lot that sold for $765. There's the other one that I sold. I've sold this one too, Chopper. Really good money. 17 bucks here, $16 here. This is Jar Jar Binks for $14. I've also resold that one, but I think an entire lot of these recently sold for around $750 to $760. Okay, so here we go, right here. Rebels complete set, all 56 with a custom case, $800. Star Wars, Angry Birds, Telepods, BOLO for sure. Keep your eye out for them. We'll move on to the next one now. The reason the TVs with the VCRs or like those mini TVs are doing so well is because the video game category is destroying everything right now. So when people talk about summer slowdown, you're just not selling enough video game items. So what is happening with these like mini televisions, these old school like CRT TVs that you can use for video games because the screens are smaller, so like the pixelized games look really, really nice on those screens. It's propping up that market. Like the video game market in general is propping that market up. So this is a TV that I picked up, and I think I paid $5.99 for it, that doesn't have any other components other than it just being a television. So it doesn't have a VCR, it doesn't have a DVD attached to it, but still really good for gaming because it has a nice screen, a nice picture to it. So the model number on this one is 13N-M100, and I sold it for $51. So 51 bucks with $19.21 in shipping. They are $70.21 all in. At $6, I've picked up a bunch of these recently. I still have 2 or 3 more, I think, in my inventory, but do not pass them up simply because they don't have the like VCR or the DVD or the combo attached to the television. The video game market is helping this market. Keep that in mind. I'll move on to the next one. So it's golf season, and this is not an old hat. This is like a relatively new hat. The last couple of years maybe this was released. So Titleist, this like bucket hat, model number TH20SSAUS-10, and Pro V1 on the side, and I believe it says FootJoy, or it's got FootJoy on the back too. I don't remember. Nope, Titleist on. Oh yeah, there's FootJoy on the side. I think that stands for FootJoy. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a golfer. So Titleist on the front and the back, excellent condition. Cost me 99 cents, and I sold it for full price, $44.99 with $3.99 in shipping. So buyer is $48.98 all in. $1 Goodwill, thrift store. I don't remember where I found this at, but It's golf season, so that stuff is selling like crazy, and keep your eye out for that one as well. Next, so iCarly is getting a reboot, and so I think there is renewed interest in her and some of her older series shows. This one from Nickelodeon, season 1. This is volumes 1 and 2. I thought it was smart to put it together. They sell well individually, like around the $12, $13, $14 range, but for me, putting them together just made more sense. They cost me 99 cents each, so I'm $1.98 into it, and $24.99 is what I got for it. I believe this is coming to Paramount, if that's a new service. You know, you've got like all of these new like cable TV competitor digital things popping up. So anyway, I think this iCarly reboot that is supposed to start in June or July is going to be featured on the Paramount service. So both of these CDs together, I got full price for it with $3.99 in shipping. So the buyer is $28.98 all in. Again, keep your eye out for some iCarly stuff because there is going to be a spike in sales related to the reboot. So keep that in mind. We'll move on to the next one. This is one where I had to kind of set the market. So Prelude to the Dream 2012 double-sided Tony Stewart t-shirt. Now you'll look and see, this is, let me show you the back real quick. So from 2005 to 2011, I believe it lists the bill. It says it right there, the past winners. There you go. I'm not a NASCAR guy either, so I don't watch that stuff. Not that I don't have any respect for it, but it's just not my thing. I priced this at $30 because that's what I was happy accepting, and that's what I eventually got with $3.99 in shipping. So the buyer is $33.98 all in. It cost me $1.99. You'll see one that's similar. I think it's the exact same shirt actually right now in a small, listed for $9.99. Don't do that. Price share is much higher than that. I'm not sure why exactly they have it priced at $9.99, maybe because it's a smaller size, but to me that makes absolutely no sense. So this is one of those where, okay, I don't have comparables. I know someone is going to want this shirt at some point. It is in favor because it's an XL. Those sizes tend to do a little bit better than some of the smaller sizes, so I get that, but pick your price. I do this often. Pick my price and I got it. Next one here, D-Generation X. This is WWE or WWF. Again, I don't know who they are. I think they're a tag team, and their catchphrase is "suck it." So anyway, I slapped $39.99 on this one, and that's what I got for it as well with $3.99 in shipping. So it was a size large, and World Wrestling Entertainment, and then from 2002. So it's very close to being vintage, but I made sure not to put that in there because it wasn't technically, if we're going on the 20-year vintage thing there. But yeah, good sale, $43.98, and this one also cost me $1.99. So sometimes it's just pick your price and go with it, and you know we'll see what happens. But anyway, next one, Griswold. I'm going to act as though those of you that are following me I've never heard of Griswold cast iron, so it's a BOLO for sure. And again, not every piece, but a very, very good majority of Griswold cast iron is desirable and still selling well. Now this one had, not that it had condition issues, but I clean cast iron and I was just lazy, so I didn't want to touch this and deal with it. Felt like I priced it aggressively, but it is a waffle maker, waffle iron, and you can take the pieces apart. They are not connected, but this is missing the base. And so when I put the comps on the screen, you'll see the ones that do even well, like into the $100 and above range, they have the base included with them. So this is $315 and $314 are the pieces. So you can see $315B right there, and $314A is the other one. So good enough condition for the buyer, but I priced it at $100, but I took an offer of $75. So $75 with $18.40 in shipping. The buyer is $93.40 all in. This cost me $7.99 at a Goodwill. So yeah, keep your eye out for basically all Griswold, with the exception of a few pieces, and condition notwithstanding. So next one, Salomon Urban Jungle combat looking boots. These were awesome. I didn't even look these comps up in store when I saw them. I just threw them in my cart because I knew I could sell them for a high dollar amount, and I paid $4.99 for them, I believe. Yes, they are a BOLO, so please be on the lookout for these Salomon type boots. All Salomon boots. Look them up if you're not familiar with the brand. You're going to be pleasantly surprised with a lot of them. So this was just one of the higher end exceptions. So I got full price for these with $9.90 in shipping. $89.89 is what the buyer is all in. and at $5, you know, that's why we're in business. Great sale. We'll move on to the next one. Those of you that have been following me, you saw me sell the Lennox Spice Village that had lots of condition issues. I actually was left positive feedback by a buyer that sounded a little nitpicking after I went and looked at some of the previous feedbacks that he's left for other people, he or she. But so I'm glad I was very thorough in my description, because a lot of them had chips and cracks and whatever. It wasn't a perfect set. So I went back to a Goodwill the next day, and I found the rack. So this cost me $4.99, and I got $169.99 for it with $19.12 in shipping. So the buyer is $189.11 all in. You're gonna get $150 to $200 just for the rack. If you get the rack and the spice set complete, you could be in the $300 to $400 range, condition notwithstanding. So keep that in mind. We'll move on to the next one. This was a good garage sale find. I found 2 pairs of these Olukai sandals. The color on this one was dark Java. I sold these for full price, and I also sold the other ones for, I believe, $40, and they were black. Those just sold recently, like within the last day or two. So 10124-4848 is the style number here. I paid $2 for them, and I got $45 for them with $9.90 in shipping. So the buyer is $54.89 all in. At $2, this was an insane steal. They're in fantastic condition. Even the leather, very lightly scratched, if scratched at all, and the soles were in great condition. So I do very, very well with the Olukai brand. So keep your eye out for that. We'll move on to the next one. Here, this is another example where I just going to pick my price. Like, I wasn't satisfied with the comparable sold data, so I like doubled everybody else's sales price, and what do you know, I got it. Now, to preface all of that, I held on to this for a long time, and I'm willing to do that with a lot of my items. So I picked this up in December and had it listed in December. So it took 6-7 months to get that price, but I did eventually get $50 for it. So Mickey Mouse Hawaiian Aloha shirt, I'll maximize it so that you guys can get a better look at it. But XL is a great size. And again, because we're in summertime, and I suspected that finding this in December, it was going to take a while because it's more of a spring summer shirt at any rate. But I got $50 for it with $3.99 in shipping. What do you know? So $53.99. The buyer is all in pre-tax, and it shirt cost me $4.99 at whatever store I bought this at. It was probably a Goodwill. So I got a little bit lazy on this one. There's a lot of vintage Playmobil characters here, little figures. I have a sleigh, so I had like some Christmas items right here, and then I had some zombies right here, so I had a good number of Halloween ones, and those are the keywords I just really focused on. Like, hopefully somebody that was looking for some of the seasonal Playmobil characters. And listen, there could be a $500 character in here, and I missed it, and I'm okay with that because I paid $0 for this. I went to a garage sale a couple of weekends ago where every single thing was free. When I say every single thing was free, I left with probably $700 worth of stuff. Five Nights at Freddy's plush, an entire thing of plush dolls that is continuing to sell for me. These figures here, some army men, like just a ton of stuff I haven't even gotten listed yet, all free. She didn't want a single dollar for it. So this was crazy, but a lot of 60 figures, 70 pieces in total. Halloween and Christmas were the keywords that I focused on, and I got full price for it, $60 with $14.20 in shipping. So the buyer is $74.19 all in. This was free at $99. What an unbelievable deal. The lots for Playmobil for figures like these 90s, early 2000 figures, maybe some even older than that, selling incredibly well. So keep your eye out for them as well, and I'll move on to the next one. Another no-brainer I just threw it in my cart, tested them when I got home. They work fine. Bose Companion 2 Series 3 2.0. I'll get you a picture of the back. And this is such a high-quality brand that you almost don't have to test these things, which again, I never suggest you do. Test everything because you'll get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, and you want to avoid negative feedback. So don't just rely on the fact that a brand is a good brand. These speakers will blow, right? They're not completely bulletproof. Like they'll have issues. These ones worked great though. So here's a picture of the bottom, Companion 2 Series 3. This is going to get you $50 to $60 all day long when you find them. I got full price with $13.30 in shipping. So 73, is my math correct? 72, 73, 29, something like that. And I paid $10 for them again. Never even bothered to look them up when I was in store. Bose is a no-brainer brand. We'll move on to the next one. Now, when you're looking for Build-A-Bear Hello Kitties, The value is largely dependent on whether the bow, which is attached via Velcro, comes with it. This one did, even though it didn't have an outfit with it. So 18-inch or 19-inch, Build-A-Bear, Sanrio, Hello Kitty, gingerbread. This thing was just amazing, and in really, really nice condition too. Every now and then you'll have to do a little bit of cleaning with plush. At least my experience, that's how it was. But I didn't have to do pretty much anything with this one because it was in such nice condition. So she was really cute. The colors are great, and I got $40 for this one. This is a BOLO, the gingerbread one, especially again with the bow. So make sure you keep your eye out for it. But $40, and they also paid $10.10 in shipping. So the buyer is $50.10 all in. It cost me a whopping 99 cents. So yeah, that was an amazing find, and I will move on to the last one, Megatech Area 51 UFO. So there's like something's going on in the world right now. So all of these entertainment stations like CNN and Fox, notice I said they're entertainment stations. It's not news because it's all nonsense. All this UFO talk, like I can't even believe that this stuff is hitting the airwaves. It is so astronomically stupid. So anyway, because of that, there's a renewed interest in all things like conspiratorial, UFO, unidentified flying objects, Area 51, all of this complete buffoonery. So this thing sold, but it did go overseas. So I don't know if there's a parallel there, like maybe this should have sold domestically if what I'm saying makes any sense or has any validity. But it went overseas. Who knows where it went? I don't really care. This was in a lovely old lady's cart with a bunch of stuff. And because the box looked old, I looked it up while it was in her cart and realized that it was like hella expensive, like a really good BOLO. And to my luck, she put it back on the shelf. So I scooped that thing up, and I sold it really, really quick. The Airship 1 and Area 51, they're like little, they're like blow up blimp balloons. And one of them was brand new. I blew the other one up. Let me take you through the pictures real quick so you can see it, so that I knew that the one on the right also worked and there were no leaks, and so I was confident when I sold it. And I didn't get take you through the rest of the pictures there. Okay, there we go. I didn't get full price for it. I got $110.49. I sent out an offer. They accepted that with $12.16 in shipping. So they're $122.65 all in, pre-tax, pre-customs. Cost me $4.99. Thank you, lovely little old lady at the thrift store, for giving me that. But there's 15 more for you. Okay, so I just got back from Goodwill and I found something seriously interesting. You don't see this every day. So this is obviously Kiss memorabilia. The Kiss Coffee House was in Myrtle Beach, and I believe, here's a picture of it here. It closed down almost, what, 9-10 years ago. And so you can see that this is like a piece of merchandise from 2011, but it is a tumbler. So not only that, it is electronic. So here, you put batteries on the other side, there's an on-off button, and it plays some like guitar riffs based on whatever button you hit right here. Now I've already tested this and it works, and I will put, by the time you guys are seeing this, this will be in my inventory, so I will have priced it already. But this, for a Kiss collector, has to be a holy grail. I mean, it's just what an insanely cool item. I'm not a huge Kiss fan, but listen, they have a strong following. I believe they're on either their final tour or they've already retired. So in my brain, I'm thinking $300 for this. They just don't come around that often, and they're obviously not making any of them, but I wanted to show you guys this because this was just kind of a crazy find, so it was pretty exciting. Another one in the can. Brendan here, Dad Planet. Thank you so much for watching, and a friendly reminder, please hit that like button if you liked what you saw, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're not already. Those both help me out tremendously, and I'm very appreciative. So thanks again, and we will catch you in the next video.